Welcome to our literary journey through the works of Nathaniel Hawthorne, one of America's greatest writers. Today we'll explore his novels, short stories and non-fiction in chronological order. Buckle up because we are going deep. This isn't your high school English class skimming the surface, trying to get you to pass a test. This is about understanding the man, his influences and his impact on literature. Hawthorne was born in 1805 in Salem, Massachusetts, a town steeped in Puritan history in the shadow of the Salem witch trials. This background profoundly influenced his writing, often exploring themes of sin, guilt, the supernatural, and the darker aspects of human nature. In his tales, you'll find yourself wandering through the tangled woods of morality, questioning the nature of good and evil, and grappling with the complexities of the human heart. Over the course of his life, Hawthorne produced a rich tapestry of literary works, each one a thread in the larger narrative of his genius. From his early, anonymously published novel Fanshawe to his unfinished masterpiece, Dr. Grimshaw's Secret, we'll trace the evolution of his writing, delve into the recurring themes, and examine his lasting impact on American literature. Our journey begins with Hawthorne's first foray into the world of novels, Fanshawe, published anonymously in 1828. Now, before you run off to find a copy, let me tell you, Hawthorne himself tried to bury this book. He wasn't too pleased with it, but hey, even literary giants have to start somewhere, right? And Fanshawe holds clues to the themes and style that would later define Hawthorne's masterpieces. Set against the backdrop of a small New England college, sound familiar? Fanshawe tells the story of a sickly, introspective student, the titular Fanshawe, who falls in love with the beautiful Ellen Langton. Sounds juicy so far, right? Well, there's a rival for Ellen's affections, a dashing and wealthy chap named Edward Walcott. You can practically hear the swooning now, but don't let the trappings of a romantic triangle fool you. Hawthorne, even in this early work, is grappling with bigger ideas. Fanshawe, consumed by his intellectual pursuits, represents the dangers of isolating oneself from the world. His love for Ellen, while sincere, is tinged with a sense of possessiveness. The novel explores the tension between ambition and love, intellect and emotion. It might not be Hawthorne at his finest, but it's a fascinating glimpse into the development of a literary giant finding his voice. Plus, you've got to respect a guy who, even in his early work, wasn't afraid to tackle big ideas. Hold on to your bonnets, folks, because we're jumping ahead a couple of decades to 1850 and Hawthorne's most famous work, The Scarlet Letter. This book isn't just a classic, it's a literary earthquake that shook the foundations of American literature. Set in the stifling atmosphere of 17th century Puritan Boston, The Scarlet Letter plunges us headfirst into a world where sin, guilt, and redemption are woven into the very fabric of society. Our protagonist, Hester Prynne, becomes an outcast when she gives birth to a child out of wedlock. Forced to wear a scarlet A on her chest, a constant reminder of her transgression, Hester embodies the hypocrisy and judgment of the Puritan community.
But Hester is no wilting flower. She endures her punishment with a quiet strength, defying the community's attempts to shame her into oblivion. And then there's Arthur Dimmesdale, the town's revered minister, harboring a dark secret. He's Hester's lover and the father of her child. Dimmesdale's guilt eats away at him like a spiritual parasite, contrasting sharply with Hester's outward display of penance. Through these characters, Hawthorne explores the psychological effects of sin and the complexities of morality. He asks us to consider, who is truly guilty, who defines sin, and can there be redemption without confession?
Just a year after The Scarlet Letter sent shockwaves through the literary world, Hawthorne gifted us with another masterpiece, The House of the Seven Gables. This time we trade the constricted world of Puritan Boston for the shadowy, labyrinthine halls of a decaying mansion in 19th century Salem. The house itself is a character, its seven gables looming over the narrative like a physical manifestation of the Pynchon family's dark history. Generations of secrets, betrayals, and curses seep from the very walls, casting a long shadow over the present inhabitants.
We meet Hepzibah Pynchon, a descendant of the original owner, forced to open a shop in the once grand home to make ends meet. Enter her distant cousin, the idealistic but somewhat naive Phoebe, bringing a ray of sunshine into the gloom. And then there's the enigmatic and unsettling Holgrave, a daguerreotypist with a mysterious past and a connection to the house's history. As the narrative unfolds, past and present collide. Hawthorne weaves a tale of family secrets, greed, and the enduring power of the past to shape the present. He explores the themes of guilt, inheritance, both literal and metaphorical, and the possibility of escaping the sins of our ancestors.
In 1852, Hawthorne turned his pen to the allure and dangers of utopian ideals in the Blithedale romance.
This novel is particularly interesting because it draws inspiration from Hawthorne's own experiences at Brook Farm, a transcendentalist community that aimed to create a more perfect society.
We're introduced to Miles Coverdale, our narrator, who joins the Blithedale community seeking a simpler, more meaningful life. But as with all utopias, things aren't quite as idyllic as they seem.
Hawthorne, ever the skeptic, uses Blithedale as a microcosm to explore the complexities of human nature, the challenges of communal living, and the potential for idealism to blind us to reality.
The community is populated by a cast of memorable characters, each representing different facets of the utopian dream and its potential pitfalls.
There's the passionate but headstrong Hollingsworth, driven to reform criminals, the ethereal and somewhat otherworldly Priscilla, representing purity and innocence, and the enigmatic and manipulative Zenobia, a wealthy and independent woman who challenges societal norms.
Through their interactions, Hawthorne examines the tension between individual desires and the collective good, the allure and limitations of utopian visions, and the ways in which even the best intentions can go awry.
Fast forward to 1860 and we find ourselves transported to the sun-drenched landscapes of Italy with the marble faun.
This novel, considered one of Hawthorne's most complex and ambiguous works, blends elements of romance, mystery, and philosophical reflection against the backdrop of ancient ruins and Renaissance art.
We meet a trio of American artists living in Rome. Kenyon, a sculptor, Hilda, a painter, and Miriam, a mysterious and alluring woman with a secret past.
They're joined by Donatello, a young Italian count whose striking resemblance to the mythical faun of the title hints at a primal, untamed nature lurking beneath his charming exterior.
When a shadowy figure from Miriam's past is murdered, the group is drawn into a web of intrigue and moral ambiguity.
Hawthorne uses this crime as a catalyst to explore themes of sin, guilt, innocence, and the transformative power of experience.
He also delves into the relationship between art and life, the nature of beauty, and the enduring influence of the past on the present. As we near the end of Hawthorne's life and literary journey, we encounter a trio of unfinished works that, while incomplete, offer tantalizing glimpses into the author's evolving preoccupations: the Dolliver Romance, Septimius Felton, or The Elixir of Life and Dr. Grimshaw's Secret, a Romance.
The Dolliver Romance, begun in 1863, centers on an elderly alchemist searching for the elixir of life, a theme that resonates with Hawthorne's own fascination with mortality and the passage of time.
Though only fragments were completed, the novel hints at a tale of obsession, the allure of immortality, and the potential consequences of tampering with the natural order.
Septimius Felton, serialized in the Atlantic Monthly in 1872, picks up on this theme, following a young man who discovers a secret formula for eternal life during the American Revolution.
Again, Hawthorne grapples with the implications of cheating death, the burden of immortality, and the potential for scientific advancement to have unintended consequences.
Finally, Dr. Grimshaw's Secret, completed posthumously by his son Julian in 1882, delves into the dark secrets of a family haunted by its past.
The novel, though unfinished, showcases Hawthorne's enduring fascination with themes of inheritance, guilt, and the enduring power of the past to shape the present. While Hawthorne is best known for his novels, we'd be remiss not to delve into his masterful collection of short stories, Twice Told Tales, published in 1837. These stories, many of which were previously published in magazines, cemented Hawthorne's reputation as a master storyteller and showcased his gift for crafting evocative settings, psychologically complex characters, and morally ambiguous tales that lingered in the reader's mind long after the final page was turned.
From the chilling allegory of young Goodman Brown to the haunting beauty of Rappaccini's Daughter and the darkly humorous satire of the minister's Black Veil, these stories explore a wide range of themes, including sin, guilt, the supernatural, the the nature of good and evil, and the complexities of the human heart.
Hawthorne's short stories are like perfectly formed jewels, each one multifaceted and reflecting light in unexpected ways. They offer a glimpse into the author's fertile imagination, his mastery of language, and his ability to convey profound truths about the human condition in a concise and impactful way. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, John, a biography in a discussion about great literature, and you wouldn't be alone. But stick with me here, because Hawthorne's foray into biography with his Life of Franklin Pierce in 1852 is more than just a historical account. It's a glimpse into the mind of an author grappling with the complexities of friendship, politics, and the compromises we make in the name of loyalty.
Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States, was a close friend of Hawthorne's. They met at Bowdoin College, and their friendship endured despite their differing political views. Hawthorne, a staunch Democrat, penned the biography during Pierce's presidential campaign, a move that drew criticism from some quarters.
But beyond the political aspects, the biography reveals Hawthorne's keen eye for character, his insightful observations on human nature, and his ability to craft a compelling narrative even within the constraints of biographical writing. It's a testament to his versatility as a writer and his willingness to engage with the world beyond the realm of fiction. As we reach the end of our chronological journey through Nathaniel Hawthorne's literary works, it's impossible not to be struck by the depth and breadth of his contributions to American literature. From his early, anonymously published novel to his unfinished masterpieces, Hawthorne left an indelible mark on the literary landscape, influencing generations of writers and continuing to captivate readers today.
His exploration of themes such as sin, guilt, redemption, the nature of good and evil, the power of the past, and the complexities of the human heart continue to resonate with readers centuries later. His masterful use of symbolism, allegory, and psychological realism elevated American literature to new heights, paving the way for future generations of writers to explore the darker corners of human experience.
Hawthorne's legacy is not simply confined to his written words. His impact can be felt in the works of countless writers who followed in his footsteps, from Henry James and Edith Wharton to contemporary authors like Joyce Carol Oates and Stephen King. His influence extends beyond the realm of literature, shaping our understanding of American history, identity, and the enduring power of the past to shape the present. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the literary life and times of Nathaniel Hawthorne. We've journeyed from the somber streets of Puritan Boston to the sun-drenched piazzas of Rome, all through the lens of Hawthorne's incredible imagination.
We've grappled with sin and redemption, questioned the nature of good and evil, and explored the dark side of the American dream. And we've only just scratched the surface. Hawthorne's works aren't just dusty relics of a bygone era. They're living, breathing stories that still have the power to challenge, provoke, and inspire us today.
They remind us that the human heart is a complex and contradictory thing, capable of both great darkness and great beauty, and they force us to confront the uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the society we live in. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Nathaniel Hawthorne's literary works. From the shadowed gables of haunted houses to the depths of human psychology, Hawthorne's tales have left an indelible mark on the world of literature. We've only just scratched the surface of his genius, and there's so much more to discover in his rich tapestry of stories. I encourage you to delve deeper into his works, explore the hidden corners of his narratives, and draw your own interpretations of his timeless themes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Hawthorne piece in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and celebrate the enduring legacy of this literary master.